Hi folks, Job Lot Comics here. We're still going through our IDW collection artist edition of John Romita original artwork reproduced for this incredibly big hardback oversized book, which is impossible to store but beautiful to look at. In case you've missed the last couple of uploads, gang, this is possibly the greatest way to get hold of and see original artwork from these classic creators. You can see the edits and the mistakes and the whiteout and the changes that they've made on the original artwork pages, and these are original pages that have been bought by collectors and then borrowed by IDW so that they can put these collections together. Gives you a great idea of just how much work actually goes into a comic book page. You get to see everything here. The only thing that would probably be better than this would be is if they had the original pencil work, which probably doesn't exist anymore, so that's awful difficult. We're in a brilliant era of Spider-Man going gritty crime drama, dealing in the late Silver Age with some very topical subjects, and the cast of characters. You can see here that there's all kinds of protests going on. There's so much going on in these storylines that it's incredible to think that these were coming out once a month, especially when the artwork is like this. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. You've got the Kingpin, and you've got Spider-Man, and you've got Gwen and Captain Stacy, and then you've got the notes all at the top of the pages here, and ideas. Like, for example, in this one here, right, so Spider-Man has used his costumes. He's taken his shirt off so that he can make a web dummy to distract them. And then, of course, he just goes in with his mask on. Now, up here, they have to say colour. He's bare to the waist from here. So that the colourist doesn't think, oh gosh, they've made a mistake. The costume's not right. So there's all those little things to look out for, which just gives these comics even more more sort of ways to see how the process would go. And of course, because it's oversized, I get the feeling this might even be the original size that these art boards were. So it's, so it's not being compressed and then coloured, so you get to see everything that's going on here. And it's phenomenal stuff, yeah. Crikey, and there's Kingpin gets hold of Spidey here, and then Spidey whacks him right in the solar plexus. It's gonna hurt. And then Kingpin puts the boot in. I mean, it's fantastic stuff. If you're new to comics and that you've been raised over the last 20 years on modern day comics, I do urge you to try and get a collection, especially if you're a fan of Spider-Man. Try and find some reprints of these old Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, and John Romita books, and then it'll give you a much better idea of the way that the comic developed and the way the characters developed and how the look changed and how they managed to take it from the Silver Age into the Bronze Age and then into the Modern Age. And you can see how the character evolved. Look at this last panel here. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. Spidey's had enough, yeah. I might as well be a menace. And then you get Jim Rooney and John Romita's signatures there at the bottom. Look at that. Isn't that just stunning? There we go. So we're about halfway through this book. If you're bored looking at these, just let me know. I just enjoy looking at them. So what do I know? But if you're enjoying looking at them, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all on the next one.